No!
Alex!
James! It's been too long.
It has.
Oh,
So,
what's the race closest to an echidna?
what's the what, sorry?
What Pathfinder race would be the closest to an echidna?
Echidna.
Echidna? Echidna.
We're not doing that because the meme's already dead, and it's going to be a long time before we make enough characters.
Be a skinwalker but a hedgehog version.
Oh right.
Moving
Sonic
on! Moving on! Away!
Gotta go fast.
Can we just insta-kill any memes?
Yes.
Thank you.
So,
Yo lives.
and Dio died.
Oh no.
So,
Well, that is how he became immortal, yes, you are.
meanwhile, there is one member of the party who has not yet been referenced, who is here.
Now, please say the full name.
Fuckface.
Lance Corporal Aftistrin Cephris Silvichmer.
Close!
Damn it!
Unfortunately.
Zvilchme?
Zvichmer.
What happened to Dr.
Sephirus
Siegfried
Savolchmir.
Klaus von Grimmelhausen?
He was on the ship, now he's gone. He's in the hole.
Oh dear.
He didn't actually get teleported off, he's in the latrines.
Oh, ooh, oh.
Oh no! Oh, you don't want to be there during the crash.
Unfortunate.
You got Alex, my grand boy.
Oh dear.
Died on the toilet. Then
That's how I
resurrected by
always
the
wanted
devil.
to go. And that's exactly how I wanted to ungo, I guess.
Because of Ed.
Hey man, I needed a name. I'm sorry, Grandpa.
So, you're an interesting part, because while you are indeed in a forest, a large forest, you also appear to have ended up next to an incredibly tall wall.
How peculiar. I'm gonna knock on the wall.
The wall shifts under your touch, a series of runes and letters all in ornate patterns displaying as you do.
Oh, that is wonderful. Hello? Is anybody here?
Who goes there?
I'll go there. Lance Corporal Aftistrin Cephris Savolchmir does. Or just Seth. Or Lance Corporal Seth, actually. I should keep my title.
Who? Who do you work for?
Some strange band of mercenaries.
Oh!
Full deck or something. I can't remember it.
Loaded deck.
Loaded.
I'm not. Wait. Are you all from the loaded deck?
Oh, have you met the others?
Where the hell are you people coming from?
Well, we were in a ship that was crashing. What is this place?
You stand before the first wall of heaven.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. I assumed I was alive.
My unfortunate series of events has befallen.
Certainly.
Alright, I'm coming out.
You're dead.
There is a swoosh of wings, and a winged glowing holy figure lands next to you.
Oh my. That's wonderful wings.
You don't look dead.
I sure hope I don't look dead.
Nor do you look powerful enough to travel here on your own.
Well, you do, as you mentioned that, there was some kind of event we were traveling towards. A very glowing gentleman, as my crew would describe. We were approaching them. We then proceeded to crash land, but we didn't actually crash, and now I'm here. Perhaps this gentleman, giving us a great magical aura, transported us here. Against our will.
I'm gonna need to speak to a superior here.
Ah, good, yes. Could
I
I
wish to
with them
speak to
too?
your man.
This needs to
I
go
don't
up
know
to the
what's going
proper
on.
channels. Remain here. I will be back when I have instructions.
Remain
Don't
here
come
while I
back
talk to...
shortly.
For your
Hold
knowledge
your
religion
tongue!
roll, by the way, you can identify an Archon any day.
Okay.
Oh, it's not even a solar.
No.
God.
At the first gate?
It's very exciting.
I'm not sure how many gates they have. The first gate might also be the last gate.
There
They've really
is
cheaped out on defense.
a bit of a wait, and then the figure returns and says, prepare yourself, someone has come to see you.
Oh.
Be respectful.
I try my best.
The Archon flies away, and there is a crack as the walls themselves begin to shift and open to provide passage. But not through to the other side of the wall. The wall itself seems to ripple and shift as if opening to somewhere else. As you look through, you see a grand city.
Oh, wonderful.
And at the opening at the other end, a lone figure stands.
Hmm. Should I do a perception check? Like,
Yeah, sure.
I want to.
If
What
you
does
can
it
get-
look like? Or what do they look like, rather?
You'll have to.
Perception? Why is that 0? Hello?
Have you not put any points in it? And
Wow.
Because you're blind.
Well,
It's
you
not
can't.
even
You can't see shit. But the figure walks towards you slowly,
We ain't found shit.
and
Also,
you
I-
actually get a good glance there.
I just realized that Alceph
It's
was gonna have,
Regalman.
like,
Damn, Regalman!
Ah.
Very lovely beard.
He
Oh, when you
speaks
say wonderful-
softly, but a level of almost absolute authority rings with his every word. As if he wouldn't have to give you an order, because everything he says is an order.
Okay. I think I know what's going on. Can I do another religion check?
Yeah, sure.
Oh shit.
You got nothing.
Fuck. Oh, I know who he is, but okay, carry on.
Really, it's not obvious by now.
Death doesn't know.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
But he considers you for a moment and goes, "No, you're the first. You're not the one I'm waiting for.
denied.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But your arrival is important all the same."
Hey. Would you have any more knowledge on what's going on here?
Yes, this is a test.
Oh. Well, for
A
first
test
mission,
for
this
the-
is going weird.
A test for the future of the mortal realm.
Oh. That's...
And you have a part to play.
I see.
I recommend you find your friends.
Yes, that would be best. Are they somewhere in this plane, do you know?
I'll tell you which direction to go. You will find them.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, sir.
He reaches out to touch your head.
Oh,
And
Ruffles your hair.
as he
Good
does,
lad.
Some green-looking runes emerge from his fingers and seem to seep into your skin, vanishing underneath.
Tingly.
You now have a set of directions in your head.
Ah! Oh, this is excellent! Thank you, sir.
Now is your time to leave.
Very good. Okay, I'll be on my way.
He walks away without another word, and the walls again close up behind him.
Man, that guy was scary. It's like I can walk in the direction that I know.
Excellent.
Well, I've been told to go. Yeah.
Meanwhile, at a tree. I'm bored!
Now what do you want me to do?
Something!
Now.
You should
Who
stop
the
and-
fuck are you even?
I just want to watch! I'm not important here! You people are important here!
God, I don't even know where the rest is, man.
They're just like that way! He points off in the direction.
Can't I just wait?
No! Go! Go meet your friends! Do something!
God. You remind me of Collie.
Ugh.
How pissed he is. It's just like, no, fuck off, go there.
Come on! Or go the opposite direction! It'll probably be fun!
I'm gonna walk in neither of the direction he mentioned.
Oh my god!
He's like, go that way? Or go the opposite way? No, I'm going this way. Fuck you.
Ugh. Eventually...
You're coming along, sir. We're in
Fine!
this together, man.
Eventually, after a while of wandering, you stumble across someone making a flower crown.
A second flower crown. One is balanced on top of utterly useless's head. He does not look impressed.
Oh shit.
Hello.
You were just sitting here too!
Who are you? Who sent you?
He's refusing to tell me who he is.
I bet he's a bounty hunter. They've finally come for me, eh? I warn you, I have powers.
No one
Weird
cares!
powers.
Yes, I know.
use flare burst.
He looks at you and then snaps his fingers, and a burst of light, at least 10 times brighter, shines temporarily.
No, flashbang.
Okay, I see. I can't sleep.
He
I'm just
looks
gonna
at
keep
you
walking.
funny.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Well, this is it for me. I guess they finally tracked me
you
down.
met your superior.
I'm not here
I
for
lay
any
down.
of you people! I'm here to... Oh, for God's sakes, get up!
Whoa. She surrendered. Come on now.
At least let me die on my own terms, you monster!
No one is trying to kill you. Where are you going now?
Towards that light.
Oh,
Something.
Oh, I wouldn't. That's probably a lighthouse. In my experience, a lot of bright lights in the distance are lighthouses.
I mean, that thing just made a pretty bright light. Is he a lighthouse?
I mean,
Oh no.
I
trying to
am.
kill me.
You know what, Sonnet?
Driving towards lighthouses kills you.
So yeah, man, you want to go with me or want to stay with?
Quickly!
Stop hiding in the
Useless.
forest! The light starts moving towards you.
Ah! Moving lighthouse!
Animate lighthouse.
And it turns out to just literally be a light.
Ah.
See this?
light with no
This is a
password.
guide. It will guide you.
To what?
I'm
I
going
don't
to
know.
pick up
Presumably where you
Useless
need to
and
be.
let him try and eat the light.
He turns to look at the light and says, Don't you look at me like that. No! No, I did not do this! You know I
Guy's
didn't do this!
crazy.
He's also
He reminds
refusing
me
to
of Collie.
I know. I
I like him. Let's keep it.
should have seen earlier when he was yelling at me. He's refusing to share a drink with me, though, man. He's stuck up like Colin.
You have a drink?
Oh yeah.
If you follow the light, it will return you to your friends.
I go the opposite direction.
Oh my god. No!
I'm going to
No!
Yeah, I'm
No!
going to let
You suddenly
Useless try and
find
eat the
yourself
light.
you suddenly find yourself walking in the opposite direction from the route you're trying to walk back to the light.
I start digging a hole.
No! No you don't!
Retreat duty. Go.
You fall through and end up back on the ground next to the light.
You really want me to go with this light, don't you?
No, I'm done with this. You guys are going to wherever the hell, whatever is going on needs you to be. No, I
can't
don't know
detect
what's
magic.
going on.
Because
It's a low level of magical aura around anything, but neither the light nor the guy are showing up.
That's weird. You're weird. Where's your magic? You're so weird.
That's pretty rude.
These...
He's pretty rude.
He just sort of turns to the light and goes, these? As if questioning it.
These are the chosen ones? This is what we ended up with? God.
Like, I can vaguely understand that guy, he points at you, by the way, Josiah.
Oh, no.
Like, that feels like the universe playing a joke. And that just sort of happens. That's what it does. But her?
Yo, Fri, who do you think... Or, wait, you never told us... Did you? Yeah, you told us Fri, you never told us Thunderflag.
Alright.
Yeah, I just
Fine.
said my first name.
Okay, good news everyone, we're accelerating. Go whichever direction you want.
I sit down.
As you do, you find yourself under a different tree.
I follow the light.
Okay, good choice.
But as I walk past the dude, I go, hope you're happy.
Yes.
Flick my hair in his face. My hair is usually quite damp.
What colour's your hair?
Red.
Well, now it's purple.
What? Purple or blue? Oh.
Are you a mermaid?
I know, right?
He smirks at you.
So what, you tagging along or is this it?
I'm gonna be watching. I don't need to be involved.
You perv.
Oh my god.
Still don't want to introduce yourself? Or is that not important?
I'm going to start walking ahead of this guy and just looking back at him, glaring back at him. And
Why would you walk in front of him if you just called him a perv?
I mean,
She's
maybe I
not
like
clever.
it a little bit.
She's a little into
little into it.
experimenting.
Right. So,
I'm
Do you
just throw
both-
my arm over his shoulder, you know, freaking walk with it. Let's go, pal.
fine if it makes you go.
Yeah, man. Good companions and alcohol are the two things that make me go.
Yeah, Useless is going to be trying to eat the light as it floats.
The light dodges. Seems a bit perturbed by this.
Mhm.
Finally, you all begin to walk towards some sort of destination.
We have people following a wolf, we have people following a light with a
The
guy.
wolf arrives at a slight clearing in the forest with only a few scattered trees. At the same time, so does a strange light. And a certain strange little armored man.
Oh, now we can put our characters on the map.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming from the north. Ah!
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 Okay.
Oh, so come. I want Final Fantasy dude in the middle.
Firion. His name is Firion.
Ah! Hello, friends.
There's a dog over here.
Were you given directions as well?
Kinda, Sev. I met this guy.
Ed, by the way, drag your character onto.
I can't.
What?
Don't know. Oh, there we go. I couldn't get it for some reason. There we go.
Luna, you're alive!
Why did you think I wouldn't be?
I don't know.
I will
I
never.
mean,
truly
we might
die.
not be
Oh!
alive. This place doesn't
Ark.
seem super living.
Our current state is
It's
not
a
actually.
forest. It's alive.
Well,
Hmm.
it's debatable at the moment. I arrived at the first gate of heaven.
What?
I mean, case in point.
Yeah,
There you go.
Oh,
we
man,
could
you get to go to
possibly be
heaven.
in.
Also, if you're a druid, what is druid afterlife like if it doesn't have a forest?
I feel it's more. It's not a question about the druid thing. It's more a question about her being a samsaran.
The wolf curls up under the tree and the
yeah.
light floats on top.
Luna's going to go pet the pup.
Oh,
The wolf
Pet the wolf.
makes happy noises.
oh.
Yes, you went to heaven?
No, I didn't go to heaven. I saw the first gate of heaven. There is a slight difference. I don't think I'd want to go in there just yet.
Man, I just woke up and there was like the guy back there in the tree. He's kind of like Polly. He knows.
Yes, I met a peculiar gentleman. He was quite.
Oh, by the way, I found a butler.
Oh, thank God! Do you have any tea?
As a matter of fact, I do.
The man immediately suddenly looks over, runs up to the butler, looks at you strangely.
How do you do?
What do you have there? Oh! Oh! You should not have that! He steps back a couple of steps.
What is it that
That's
you are
worrying.
talking about?
This seems
Oh, could it
interesting.
perhaps be this? And pulls out the piece of metal.
It's glowing.
How
What's
peculiar.
that?
All right, Mr. Watcherman, what's that?
Can I knowledge arcana?
Yeah, I'm also gonna this.
That is the wrong knowledge roll.
Okay.
That's
Knowledge.
This is getting weirder.
I will allow...
3.
That's a good roll. And I would also allow a certain paladin a religion roll.
Oh,
26 on knowledge history.
Can I just spellcraft it?
No.
Oh, God
Nah,
damn it.
you got nothing.
Oh, I also have knowledge religion.
Well, you don't know precisely what it is. You can identify a few important things about it. First, there is an etching on it which appears to be in ancient Elvish. As in, particularly, you know this because of some magic books written in it that the Coven keeps. I don't know if you can read it, but you recognize it.
I mean, I can read Elven. I
Okay,
could
so you
sort of
you
make
would
sense
potentially be able to
about.
read it as well. Well, at least parts of it. You recognise it as a dialect that has been used out of use for thousands of years.
Ooh. That's
You also
Where have you got elven
recognise
metal?
that this is a fragment of an old elven blade.
Have you been killing ancient elves?
Again.
Not by my knowledge.
That's a very strange question.
Though my master was interesting.
Where's your master?
Long story.
Did he suddenly betray you and disappear?
Ed,
Actually,
can I
yes.
get a will save?
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit.
I don't want to be standing next to someone going under will saves.
Ooh.
Christ, with only a +4, that was a pretty damn good roll.
For For a level 1
Right,
character, that's
okay.
pretty good.
You will not be affected, but you will notice something if you give me a minute to add yet another NPC.
Oh god.
Oh shit, isn't there more voices? Not more voices!
New character, new group for voices.
We just reset all of that.
So what
Please.
you do? You seem to know what that is.
So, inside your head, no one else will be able to see this.
God.
Hey, I'm not the one who put that shard in your hand. That's entirely Grandma.
That was me.
Wings
Yeah.
and roundabouts.
Oh, first session he's been here. Here we
Spirit
go.
is typing.
This is a
That
new
is
record for you,
very
Ed.
odd.
Oh my god, you are just as bad as I'll be. Both of you keep getting visited by demons and shit.
I didn't this wasn't planned. You do not have to obey this. You pass the will save.
But wouldn't it be interesting if you found out what happened?
I spelt
if
your
you did
wrong.
obey it?
I apologize
Right, yeah.
profusely.
It's okay. We all make heathenous mistakes. I don't
So,
know.
Yo, Seth,
I'll probably shrug
Yeah.
and be like, huh.
does that thing appear as evil?
That's a good question.
You know, you're...
I was really hoping TGO would have turned up by now.
Wait, how do
Can I
detect-
examine it
how
a
do
bit closer?
Yeah,
I
sure.
reach out
Detect
to
evil.
take it from you.
You're a
I'll
paladin. You
probably
can detect
take
evil
a
at will.
step back
Oh.
and say, no. I require further examination myself.
I'd like to detect evil.
Do you know anything about ancient elves or magic?
Just for reference, the rock is going to start freaking out a little.
Why is the rock hanging out with the butler?
It's
Where's
a
my-
shiny thing. It was going to try and eat it.
No, the
What
rock
was
is now trying to get
else?
away from the shiny
Oh yeah,
thing.
that's the point.
If it's trying to get away,
Also-
then it will fly behind Luna.
And it goes behind you, yes.
My spells are gone.
The otter will also step between.
I mean, he never runs anywhere, so he'll just roll.
Yeah.
I'll try to detect
Lazy
evil.
bastard.
Is it evil over?
It is not evil.
Thank goodness.
In fact, you now need to take a will save, Owl.
Oh. Okay.
He's
Bullshit.
interacting with it.
Can I detect magic it?
Sure,
Right.
cast Detect Magic.
I cast detect magic.
And will save.
No.
Oh, no.
There's no magic coming.
No, you see magic. You actually do. It's...
I will
Wrong.
concentrate in order to
You know
determine-
how Detect Magic normally tells you the presence of an aura?
Yes.
It's telling you the presence of part of an aura.
Can I tell what school that part of the aura is from?
No.
So I can tell that there is an aura there, but I can
Yes.
tell also that I'm not seeing all of it.
You
Yes.
can spellcraft it.
My eyeballs hurt after this. Yeah, I'm
Also,
just
does the
going
will
to
save
turn
pass?
around.
Excellent. Paladin.
Yep.
It is holy.
Oh my god!
It's a relic of the Emperor!
Wait, hang on a minute. I just met a fucking angel, like,
Yeah.
a moment ago.
It's
was
not-
also pretty holy.
It is not compelling you to do anything. However, you are absolutely convinced that this is a holy item.
I am absolutely convinced that that's a holy item.
It's scaring animals away.
What kind of
Wait,
holy?
so- Wait, so Seth,
Very holy.
you checked if it was evil and now it's holy?
I
Why would
How
part
do
of
you
an
know that
elven
it's
sword
holy?
be holy?
I don't know what makes it holy. It just is.
If it's scaring away animals, then it's not something that should be holy.
What do you mean
Being
scaring away
entertained, Watcher
animals?
Man?
What was that,
My
sorry?
bird is getting away from it.
Huh.
That means it is probably foul and disrupting balance and should be destroyed.
Useless is pretty agitated too. Useless is currently just sort of
He's sitting exactly
laying
in the
on his-
picture.
he's just sitting there eating his flower crown, which is agitated in Useless's book.
What did you ask, Josiah?
As if Watcher Man is entertained by all this.
Little bit.
A little bit.
Perhaps this is the test I was informed of earlier.
Test.
Well, I met a strange man in some robes. He have a very lovely beard. He's very. He said that we were here for a test, some sort of test to decide the fate of the world. Perhaps this is it.
The light, your finger goes through it, and you feel a little bit tingly.
Ugh.
Is it a good tingle or a
You
bad?
are slightly
Yeah.
more tan.
It's a nice warm tingle.
Oh,
I can
How's the
understand
wolf
why
reacting
animals-
to all of us?
I understand why the people
Sitting
try to
up,
the light now.
she stopped lying down and is now looking with sort of interest.
By the way,
Also-
Luna has not stopped petting the pupper.
This is fine.
can anybody?
Wait, Seth, you
Yeah.
said something about a test?
Yes.
Huh.
When I
What
was
you're-
at the gate, when I was at the first gate of heaven, as I recall,
As you do.
a gentleman came to me. I believe he said I wasn't the one he was expecting, and that I was here for a test to decide the fate of the world. I believe. I can't remember completely. He gave me directions to get to here, though, so I assume that this is the test. As he
Alright,
was
sounds about
describing.
right. Watcher dude back there also told me that, well, he didn't tell me, but it seems he was in contact with someone. Wasn't
Huh.
really sure about us. Also
Right.
seems there's more of us out there.
Are you aware of what this is, sir?
Sorry. What did you just say?
What
Are
the
you
fuck?
aware of what this object is?
Yeah?
Well, would you
Do
care
I
to
share
explain
it
what
with
it
the
is
class?
to us?
That'd be too easy. Although I will say, technically speaking, you are correct. That is holy.
What is
Oh.
your name?
Okay.
I've been asking so
I-
many times.
I'm very
Although,
Tell me.
second word of advice, I would never confuse holy with good.
So you're
Right, so-
saying this isn't a good kind of holy?
No.
It's just
Wait,
blessed by a
Okay,
god.
so is evil holy the same thing as, like, unholy, or is that a different thing?
Unholy and holy are two very different things.
Well, yeah, but can, like, an evil holy thing exist?
I mean, demonic stuff
would that
tends
be
to be
unholy?
unholy. Despite being divine.
You know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm
Right.
asking.
However,
Can
it is
anybody
quite
try-
notable that the term for holy is often just attributed to any god, no matter what.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. So it's more like divine.
It's like a
Okay.
common misconception, even though technically, yes, holy and unholy are completely different things. But
What's
the,
like
the
neutral
average
holy in
layman
that
wouldn't know
case?
that. What was that, sorry?
What's like neutral holy in that case?
Neutral tends to,
Sacred?
Can it just pick?
yeah, pretty much, because most neutral, most of the central neutral alignments tend to be defined by how and when they skew good or evil, rather than
Alright, I guess
the
they
neutral
can
actions they carry.
Neutral always gets
Ah.
nice.
The figure just sort of, like, the guy just sort of sits there and goes, "Where are the rest of you?"
Rest?
Where is Collie?
That is
Yeah.
a good point. Where is
You know-
Collie?
You know, we've had
I
you,
mean-
so you kind of fill the Collie role.
Wait a
but-
second.
Sergeant Collier.
That means Seth is in charge!
Oh, that's correct.
Whoa. For
Is
her,
anybody able
wait,
to
wait,
translate?
whoa. Remember what Collie said. If he were to die, we get to do our own thing. And we died, technically.
Theo,
We don't know that.
I believe in Seth.
I mean, Seth's a
is
good guy.
anybody able to translate the text on the holy object?
Sorta? It's a
I
pretty
am.
old dialect.
Yeah, I do speak
Does it-
English.
Is there anything significant?
Does it say anything significant that I can actually understand?
I can read it out too.
Well, you can
My
only get a single
hovercraft
word from
It's
it.
full of eels.
Because it's a really small fragment. We're talking about fitting between two fingers quite easily.
Okay, what's the word?
It's like
One.
one.
It says one.
Hmm. Interesting.
The number, right?
Well, the word.
The
Well,
word for the number.
Well, considering this is a fragment, I assume that's part of a complete sentence or some kind of phrase, so that doesn't give us much to work off of.
I was about to say, how long are you gonna stand there in the distance?
Let's see what happens if we draw blood with
Oh.
it.
Look,
I prick my finger on the blade.
What are you doing?
You freak
It's
your
how
finger on-
witches do things.
Did you put your blood on that blade?
Oh
Yes.
my god, what is wrong
Well,
with
if I can get that, if Ed can't draw it away from me in time.
Do
I
you
mean,
attempt to stop him?
Yes.
Okay.
CMB?
Make a
Opposed.
CMB
I mean,
check.
I probably would have stepped, as I said, I stepped away as he approached.
Yeah, but a
No,
5-foot
step
step and a
towards
CMB works fine.
Oh man, I do not have good CMB.
No, it's unlikely. Okay, what's your
13.
CMT, Ed?
11?
Yeah!
no. Oh,
Yes! And then I died.
Excellent.
And now
The
you're possessed.
word on the blade begins to glow as your blood touches it. And the
There we
blade
go.
floats in the air, separates from... That's not what I want to drag in. Separates from... I can't remember your name. You're new. The butler. And
Walter.
Benedict.
a figure.
Oh.
Benedict.
Oh yeah, no, Walter is the... Yeah,
A figure appears.
I got actually confused.
What in the Emperor's name do you think you're doing?
Look, like 40% of magic responds to blood. It's
You
common
just
knowledge.
said this is a holy object, you really want it to respond to you?
Well,
Well,
like 50%.
It's now
of holy objects
projecting a
respond to blood.
spectral figure, so...
Hello.
Oh, gee.
I raise my hand.
Alright, fancy dude, how bad is that?
He smirks and steps back as the figure states, "Bow!" And all of you have to take a will save.
Oh, God.
man.
I mean, the other word for God. That's something, because that's kind of rude.
Wow.
And
Oh,
it's
no, wait, that's
crawling
you.
on the ground!
What's
I-
with the rolls?
Okay.
I rolled 120
Six
with
DC
the
on
down
that.
for that.
Wait. Do I have to
If
tell
I've
you?
passed, you
You
don't
have
have to tell anyone. Right, then I will bow then. Although, if I had passed, I would have still bowed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm bowing anyway.
All of you find yourself
Eulea.
compelled to bow in this presence.
What about useless?
Useless as well.
I'm
What?
pretty sure useless bows to no
How
creature.
the hell does a bird
Then make a
bow?
will save.
It's trying its best.
What have you done?
Bird can bow like
I-
Lion King bows, you know? I'm sure there's birds that bow in there.
You have my
there.
thanks, child.
No, you're welcome. Who are you?
He looks disdainfully. Has it truly been so long that mere children cannot even recognize their emperor?
I mean, I think from the dialect on that blade, it's like 4,000 years?
Wait.
5? 4?
Is it?
How many thousand years?
Is it Emperor?
You don't know, it's a ghost.
It's an emperor.
An Emperor.
Hang on a minute. The figure before goes, that's a bit premature now, don't you think? You've hardly got a claim to that title.
Wait.
Wait, is this the pervert saying this?
Yes.
Pervert.
Yes.
Oh, he's been watching me. It's ridiculous. I'm so embarrassed.
A tiny fragment like you trying to claim that title. I don't think so.
Ooh, I can feel drama coming up.
Drama.
But,
So, beard guy, you gonna get involved?
yes.
Ooh.
Although, first of all of you stand. And
Wait,
the
you're
enchantment is
saying-
broken on you.
Thank
Oh.
you. Appreciate it.
I'm just going to sit down.
I'm gonna knowledge religion the shit out of this one.
I'm gonna go back to OG guy. He seems to be,
God
willing
damn.
to stand up.
All below
So-
10.
You also know that guy?
Yeah, you're
I'm
not doing
going
great
to
rolls.
throw
However,
these ones out there.
even you, with your
27 knowledge religion.
you actually immediately recognise the figure as kind of looking like the images of the Emperor you see.
Hey, that guy looks like the Emperor.
Al doesn't recognize the Emperor.
To be fair, images are rare.
But you're alive?
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to look through him and say, I'm going to guess no.
Hey, Farahi, can you check if he's solid?
I am a god. I cannot die. Now,
I raise my hand.
Mimos, what is this treachery?
Oh no.
I must.
My moss. Wait, knowledge religion.
Demigod.
Haha!
Hey.
People know the names of demigods.
You should all know the names of the demigod.
Yes, but now I also know the synopsis of the demigods.
The trickster.
Yeah.
The god of storms.
Yeah.
Best bard in the universe.
What the heck are we doing here?
Wait, are you sure you mean Mimos?
Did I say that wrong?
Talking to the guy with the swords and stuff?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
The other the regal-looking figure goes, It's...
Yes, Mimos. Yeah.
It's simple. I told you already. You are here for a test. I never said the test was for you.
But what are we here for?
You're
Sir?
here to test him.
The Emperor?
Oh, he's not the Emperor. He's a deluded little fragment that thinks it's the Emperor.
Well, if you're Mimos, why should I believe you?
That's a fair point.
Sorry to interject, but fish creature, were you still wanting that cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Fish
At a time
creature.
like this,
I do have gills.
I feel it's still rude to say that way.
Absolutely.
That's
I'm
like
just
saying
going to.
No.
I'm going to quickly step around the Emperor and go get some tea.
No, it's not the time. For
Again, though,
Making a
our
fire.
thanks for summoning the spirit. We weren't sure how this was going to turn out.
This is
So-
No problem.
This
I
is
got a question. My boss,
Bear
Bear Dude, where's Collie?
Here, there,
Is he scattered all over the place?
those we didn't need. I think, well, I think Tamis there scattered them.
Wait, is Tamus the bearded guy?
Yes.
Sergeant Collier is dead.
You bastard!
No, he's not dead. He's just
To
not
the defense
anywhere.
of our sergeants!
Okay.
Christ! Oh, that wasn't another roll. I thought you got another natural 20 on religion.
he did the tech roll, a natural 20 on that.
I can knowledge religion.
It's
Tamus as well if you
simple.
want. 21.
Something weird has happened. The world has bled over into the outer planes. None of us knew what was going to happen, so we all came to have a look. And what
Okay.
do we find here but a piece of the Emperor's power manifesting as an individual?
I'm gonna check if the Emperor's solid.
He-
Does my head go whoosh
No.
to him?
As you
Can I
touch...
s-
You
I
could try and
stop
stop him if you want, yes.
I want to stop him.
CMB.
Can I
DMV?
quickly also reflex...
Oh, God,
not
where's-
reflex. Knowledge religion.
No, no.
That's
Bye.
not bad.
Excellent! There is a pulse of magic and you get flung backwards.
Woo! I'm going to knowledge religion that way.
Mimos steps to the side as you go flying past.
Oh man,
Even as a fragment.
couldn't have
Never-
helped me.
Even if it is a fragment.
Oh,
you should never
Mimos,
dare
you so
touch the
crazy.
Emperor.
Does this answer my question though? Is he solid? Or-
He did feel solid.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You're heating up the tea.
Oh
So,
my God.
what do you want, Fragment? That's what we want to know. How long has it been since my shaming? Since that woman shattered my blade.
Wait.
Oh, you mean a wanderer?
Only for myself to find out upon my return that my true self has hidden himself away like a coward. Squandering the rule of the Empire, abandoning his people. I refuse to return to part of that being.
Well, could he return to you instead?
Yes, I think that's what he's trying to do, Mimos says.
I mean, that's not bad.
Mimos looks at you.
Is it worth it?
He just looks away.
I don't hear it.
Out of
no.
character, but fucking do it.
I don't hear it no.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Do it!
I just want to walk up, holy symbol in the face. The power of the Wanderer compels you.
Heretic!
Do it.
What are you doing? I'm waiting. What are you doing here?
This
Do
is
it,
the
Jazzy.
enemy of your gods.
I've been flung back. I mean, he's not really an enemy. He's just kind of an asshole.
I
Which
mean,
is
really?
enough validation for me.
He's being an
Fucking do it!
Oh, fuck it. Oh, God. I'm gonna regret this. But Mimos didn't say no.
So why do it? God damn it!
It's in character.
Poor Al.
I know how to solve this, guys. The power of the Wanderer compels.
You pull out an object that is most definitely not a symbol of the Wanderer.
I tried.
What you have in fact pulled out there is a gerbil.
Oh no, don't give him some animals!
I've got the gerbil. I've been given a gerbil. Yes.
Oh no!
Dobby has been blessed with a sock. Dobby is free.
The gerbil then flies off into the sky.
It's a rocket gerbil. I knew it.
Don't speak of that.
Everyone looks
Like-
Everyone looks a bit confused.
Well, I tried, guys.
All right,
Your-
Tamis pipes up. Very well. You have the right. You have the claim. Now prove your worth. The spectral figure turns and looks confused. What do you mean? You are a fragment of the Emperor. A tiny fragment of the Emperor, might I remind you.
Hey, Walter.
But if you have the will and the right to return and reclaim
Who
your
the fuck is
throne
Walter?
from your other self, then you will have no trouble defeating the ones we have brought here.
Hey man, I don't know you.
Yo, Benedict, I got a question.
What
Where
would that be?
Where exactly did you get that fragment from?
Well, I
I've
found it
heard-
while digging out some of the trees a few
So
weeks
you
back.
literally dug him out of the shit. Got it.
It wasn't a few weeks back, it was a few hours ago at most.
Oh, a few hours ago. Also, how do you know my name? Nobody actually asked my
Oh
name.
no,
Do you have a
Sergeant
name tag
Collier,
on?
Sergeant Collier told us that we were going to meet you,
You know, you
and
just seem
presumably
like a dick.
described you really well.
Like- yeah, you know, you just seem like a Benedict.
Oh, and for the rest of you present, understand this is not a request.
But what do we get out of it?
Ow! A mere fragment of
We
the
get to
Emperor
destroy a
is still
false
the
god.
False
I mean-
god!
When you say false gods,
Over, do I still have the fragment?
aren't these guys
Yeah,
demigods?
It is floating in the spectral figure.
Oh, right.
Most of them.
But this guy is they just said he's a fragment of God, so it's not false, exactly.
The living gods aren't true gods.
If it helps,
I mean,
the true
God,
Emperor's
one of
form
them.
sits on the throne. This is just a fragment of his power gone rogue.
Hail the Aquila.
Also, I
The
got a
fragment
question.
of the Emperor is still the Emperor. I refuse to fight him.
He guides us through the warp.
I do not
As-
believe, my friend. He says that in a way which implies he does not actually think of you as his friend. You will not have much choice.
I'm beginning to regret standing so close to the Emperor.
Like I was just standing there fucking drinking tea.
Drinking
behind.
tea.
Oh, I'm just pouring more. Like, upset.
Besides,
Tamis,
So Madam
Minos, I
Eden?
got a question. Seeing how you two are here, and you two brought like 2 of us here, who are the wolf and the light thing? Or are those just the wolf and the light thing?
the wolf's eyes begin to glow, and the green glow erupts from around the form.
Oh, but by the way,
See, that's why you
I'm
asked.
I'm pretty sure I'm shaken. Because many things.
Oh
have
right,
happened
you got
at
the
the moment
fight.
that
You
have
have
very
been the
much
fight so much.
contradicted my worldview. So I am shaken at the moment.
You
So,
are already deep up.
I think we should just leave you all to it. I'll be watching. Tamis
Yeah, we know
and
you well,
Minos
Perv.
vanish. The wolf steps up, rubs her head against Luna one time, and then also vanishes.
Oh. Grab the light before it leaves!
I throw
You can't
useless at
grab
the light.
It is a light.
You dive through the light. Ah, the otter eats the light. And then the light floats out the otter.
Celestial otter. Damn you!
Alright, lightning, you staying? Or you leaving
And
as well?
the light sort of fades away.
Oh.
I mean, that's not ominous or anything, guys.
As the spectral figure stands,
Well, he didn't say that you had to fight us in that sense, just beat us. So maybe we turn this into a different kind of contest?
very
Have
well.
it be a debate.
I will not fight you.
Oh,
That was
no.
easy.
Oh. Really?
Nah, it's...
Something bad's gonna happen.
what do we want to settle this with? How about poker?
But
Blackjack?
I do not believe any of you have earned the right to face me yet. Besides, I am not here.
I mean, I summoned you with my blood, so we're kind of related, right?
You didn't summon me.
Oh.
The world around you begins to warp and shift. The trees begin to slowly die.
I've never trusted
take it.
trees.
I take it we cannot settle this with a game of tic-tac-toe.
And the Emperor's figure fades away. And a new figure stands
Seth.
before you where the spirit once did.
Seth, please tell me, is that thing evil?
Hey.
I'm not going to cast Detect Evil, and I will
mean,
say, yes,
I'm-
it's evil.
I'm not judging or anything, but
Seth's mumbling to himself.
The figure stands and goes, I am the first paladin of the new Emperor's order. And I will cut you down and grant him his path to his throne.
let me have a drink first.
No.